Hey YouTubers and unicorns. I recently had the opportunity to go to EcoPellets Tasmania mill in Bell Bay here in Tassie, and had the opportunity to see all the plant equipment and how they go about making pellets. It was really great, and I'll play that video in a second. And while I was there, I also took some photos of a different type of pellet heater that they're looking to importing into Tasmania. And to my knowledge, it's not available at all anywhere in Australia. But we'll get on to the main video first. Howdy all. So I had the pleasure of going to EcoPellets Tasmania today, and this is just some footage I shot, obviously inside of their mill, and I'm just going to show you some footage and basically how pellets are made, because I think it's really interesting. So it all begins outside. This is the raw material that they get in. It's not processed yet. So it actually, it's too coarse, so they put it through a hammer mill, and you can see it going in there, gets fed through a hammer mill and bashed down to size, and that's the coarse material going in, and it comes out very fine. So once it's been crushed down, it gets sent inside into that big drum you can see there on the right hand side that's spinning, and that's a dryer, and it's basically bringing the moisture content of the sawdust down. And the one on the left there is essentially a big furnace, and they burn pellets, and those pellets, the hot air is forced down this big tube here. This is just from the other end, and it dries out the sawdust, and then it gets piped around, sent through some presses, and you can see that it's come out here steaming hot, and these are fresh made pellets. And while I was there, I had the chance to look at a new sort of style or type of pellet heater that they're looking at importing, and this is a CS Thermos. What makes this sort of interesting is two things. They're a multi-fuel burner, which means you can burn pellets and use things like olive pits and sort of nuts and shells of different sort of fruit. But the really interesting thing is that, and that's just a side view of it there. So, you know, nothing amazing, does look nice, but anyway. And these are an Italian brand, sorry. But here on the inside, so the interesting thing is they're actually a rotary burner or rotary combustion chamber, and it doesn't really look too much different here. You can still see the sort of what you'd call the burn pot, but there's this sort of round or semicircle thing behind it. And I'll just go to the next photo. So what actually happens is the pellets fall in through the auger like they normally do, but there's actually sort of like a wheel inside of here, and that's where the pellets burn, so they tumble around and burn. Now the advantage of that is apparently, well, they are a little bit more efficient, a couple of percent apparently, but anyway, the really interesting is that things like ash and clinkers don't cause a problem, because in a static burn pot, what everyone else is using at the moment, the burn pot holds the pellets, and then ash is blown out, or the sort of clinkers might eventually start to build up in it. But with this rotary combustion chamber, because the pellets are spinning, if there's any clinkers, whatever, in ash, it just gets spun out, so it just falls out. So yeah, they're looking at bringing those in. Technology wise, looks really interesting. Made in Italy again, not sure on the price, but yeah, overall it was a great day, and a huge thanks to EcoPellets for letting me come along to their mill. Yeah, it was really good fun, and hopefully I'll get a chance to go again another time. Alright, thanks for watching all.